Now, with a growing demand for safe and sustainably produced food worldwide, contract farming is gaining traction as a solution that benefits both farmers and companies that are in the food supply chain. However, this farming method has its own fair share of challenges, key among them being the pricing of the farm produce. On this week's Smart Farm, our very own Dennis Otieno traveled to Makueni County to meet a poultry farmer who has successfully embraced this farming model. Take a listen.
Clad in a white dust coat, jeans and black gumboots, Josephine Mwania monitors activities at a poultry farm located in Makueni County. She picks up one of the birds in an attempt to determine its weight. Mwania is one of the farmers in this area who is rearing broiler chicken under contract farming.
Poultry farming is very sensitive, but as I've said, in Makueni, the climate is very conducive for broiler farming particularly, because we do not get challenges of cold weather as such, and therefore we are able to have our birds ready in the shortest time possible, actually sometimes within 31 days. But there are times we are struck by diseases, but we have been training so that we get the biosecurity measures that we are supposed to employ.
Contract farming refers to an agricultural production carried out according to an agreement between a farmer or producer and a buyer. Over a decade ago, Mwania started off with a few hundred birds. Today, she has managed to maintain a staggering 24,000 birds in her farm. One of the biggest challenges for many poultry farmers is finding a consistent market for their produce. And that, according to Mwania, is where the contract farming model came in handy.
If you were to look for market in Nairobi, which is the biggest consumer for poultry, or Mombasa, that would really be costly. So the assurance of a ready market, because our contract buyers or the company that we have entered into a contract with, they come for the birds right from the farm. That makes it easy for us.
Under the contract Mwania has secured with a local farm, she is offered chicks and feeds. To ensure the contract becomes effective, a farmer has to sign a legally binding contract. In some jurisdictions, some contracts are signed by area chiefs and officials from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Although freelance farming may also make a farmer go with the prices when the prices go high, one may look at how much they fetch. I believe the losses and also the technical advice from the companies that give us the contract is a long way to go in success in the poultry farming, and also the way we keep the birds, because every week we have a vet coming to see how we are doing and giving us the help that we need to make sure we do it right. Without considering the houses and the equipment, which came first as a capital investment, 20,000 has cost us 7 million and 300.
Managing such a large flock is no small feat. Cedric Mashira, the farm manager, talks about the strategies they use to keep operations running smoothly.
Sasa tukiwa na kuku atuletang cashos wa kufanya kazi. Tunakuanga tumesettle mambo ya shamba before placement. Juu ni wakati mchache, although tuko na watu wengine kwa shamba. Kitu kingine, we normally use hizi disinfectant pale kwa mlango. Hiyo inasaidia, tuna change every time ndio wale wa wanaitangwa vini au hizi virusi wasikuwe available.
Contracts bind farmers to supplying an agreed number of their produce. Hence, it is important for all parties to honor their end of the deal. But contract farming in Kenya is yet to fully win the hearts of most small-scale farmers, many of whom are still trapped under the mercy of middlemen. It is against this backdrop that key stakeholders are organizing the International Conference on Contract Farming, a forum that will tackle opportunities and challenges faced by farmers in contract farming.
I think contract farming can work. It should work. There are some difficulties and challenges, and I hope it does work, because I think for other providers like finance providers, insurance providers, when there's a buyer at the end, it really, really helps. And I think following on from that, anything I think that brings different stakeholders together, networking, talking, having good conversations, understanding each other's perspective, i.e. from the farmer's perspective, the buyer's perspective, the transport, the logistics, government in terms of regulations, I think is a good thing. Let's try and do interactive things. Let's try and really get discussions going. Let's try and have some action points that can be taken forward.
But it is not all a smooth sailing affair. Farmers face the risks of both market failure and production problems when growing new crops. They may also be exploited by rogue sponsors who may become unreliable. Dennis Otieno, Smart Farm.